Alright, so last episode we first looked to advance further in the Champions League, taking on also hitting, which was the playoff round of the Champions League. And you can see Donnarumma with some massive saves. Both teams had chances, but Konamwani there poked it in, and that was a goal that saw us advance further into the Champions League. And Donnarumma made a big save later on in the game to keep us ahead. And we're talking Inter, in which Conceição scored a great goal to make it 1-0. And this was the Coppa Italia semi-finals, but Inter had luck on their side, as you can see. But in the end, we kept going. Sancho scored another great goal, and we beat them fairly comfortably with our youth academy talent, and it's Messi coming on the scoring, and also another youth academy talent in the next Marquisio coming on the scoring in the Botte to win us the game and send us through to the final of the Coppa Italia. And after that, we took on Bayern in the Champions League, which was the quarterfinals, I believe. Oh no, this was the round of 16, which I thought was the quarterfinals, but as you can see, we picked up a fairly convincing 2-0 victory here at home. And let's get into today's episode. And kicking off what could be the series finale, we're going to be taking on Chelsea here in the first leg of the semi-finals of the Champions League. And by the way, the next series, I thought I'd tell you what it's going to be just after this one. The next series that I want to do on the channel was Sunderland. I say just been promoted back to the Premier League. I feel like Sunderland could be a good team to do. Obviously, they lost Bellingham to Dortmund, but they do have Chris Rigg there. They've got some good players they do have into the team. They made a few good signings as well. So I feel like Sunderland could be a good RTG-style series, starting from the bottom of the Prem and taking them not only to the top of the Premier League, but also to Champions League glory in the future. So the next series will be with Sunderland, and after that, we'll just do other teams as well that you guys want to see down below. But I do feel like Sunderland will be a good series. Again, to this game, no, up against Chelsea, and hopefully start this episode off with a big win up against them here in the transfer window. That they did sign him on the news tab, but here we go. We've got a chance early on. Konamwani hits it. Robert Sanchez. Catherine Turan, why not? Catherine Turan power shot. And that was interesting from start to finish, because Robert Sanchez should have caught that every day of the week, because that was a very, very tame power shot. Sancho now. Gittins defends him. And that's going to be a free kick for what? Not too sure what, but they'll give it a free kick. Cole Palmer's now over it. I think he might hit this. He is going to hit it. Cole Palmer hits it from the free kick and hits the crossbar. That's good defending. Now Rashford. Inacio takes him out there. That's going to be a yellow card for the Portuguese defender. That's a big thing for us as well in this game. Now he's on the yellow. He might be a little bit more tame going into challenges, so he's going to be a bit more timid defensively, but maybe not. Actually, we kind of want him to get a red card. But obviously they will take off a player and bring on a centre back to go forward at the back still. But if he does get sent off, that would be big for us. As Rashford here can hit them from free kicks. We know that. As Rashford now, can he bend this one in 20 minutes in? Rashford hits it. And Rashford scores. Arguably the best free kick I've scored in this game. He didn't let me do his celebration there. But this free kick is absolutely insane. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. I am kind of shots that went in. I hit that just in the hopes that it would at least get a corner. But I've just scored an absolutely insane free kick to make it 1-0. That's Messi-esque against Liverpool. Not as top corner, but it's a more unlikely angle to score from. So it's a little bit better that way. But surely not. I've just got a great free kick. Don't do this to me, game. Don't do this to me, game. You know, it's great, ain't it, this game, man? Kick-off goals are apparently not overpowered, and kick-off goals are apparently not an issue in this game. But, 99.9% of the goals I concede are kick-off goals. Go on, Rashford, blocked by Inacio. That's handball, ref. Yes, back-to-back free kicks will be insane. Come on, Rashford. Declan Rice it. This one's more straight on, so we hit it about here. Cucurella, get the hell out of the view. What are you doing, Cucurella? Come on, back-to-back free kicks will be insane. Rashford. Nah. I actually have done it. Well, I said that jokingly, as you probably could tell. I didn't expect to score back-to-back free kicks. So it brought in a Declan Rice situation just because he did it, obviously, for Arsenal IRL. But we have done it. When that hit the post, I was a little bit worried it wasn't going to go in, but it found the back of the net, in off the post, which I think one of Declan Rice's going in off the post as well. And the other one was more of a clean free kick. Either way, We scored back-to-back free kicks, and now let's hopefully not concede back-to-back kickoff goals. So I've just got 2 incredible free kicks, and if I concede 2 kickoff goals, I actually will crash out. There we go. Technically, the kickoff is still going. Obviously, it was stopped for the foul, but Donnarumma parries it away, and it's going to fall straight to Madueke. Kate. Blocked it by Cambiasso, and that's going to be a throw into them. To back free kicks with Rashford, and they both were incredible free kicks. Jackson, you ain't that guy, man. You ain't that guy. And then the defender blocks you off. You're getting a free kick for obstruction. Conceição looking for Rashford. Rashford, that would have been great if he scored that. He probably should have done. Trying to get Chelsea back level. Kefren's on, great challenge there from him. Rashford. Oh, that from you, Rashford. Keep going. Rashford, keep making a run. There we go. Modagusto. Oh, I tried to do the reverse ball into Colomwani there, but instead of coming the attack, ball whipped in, back post, and it's going to be hopefully headed away by Kluda when it is. Wonder if we're going to see Dusan Vlahovic in this game off the bench for them. Colomwani. I didn't think we were going to score there. When he took that touch and didn't hit it first time, I thought Sanchez would have came out and stopped him, but he stayed on his spot, which let us score. We take a 2-goal lead into this game. And as of right now, we are pretty much all but guaranteed to be in the Champions League final, because the second leg at home in Turin, we're going to sim it. And Colomwani scores here. And you know what? Just for the fun of it, I'm going to bring on the next Messi. Sanchez needs to do better. He needs to come out and collect that. But we're going to bring on the next Messi for the rest of the game, not Gonzalez. But Pereira, the kind of play we found last episode. And also, Jonathan David can come on and concur again. For my Chelsea play. If I do score with him, I might do the respect celebration. So here's Jonathan David to make it 4. His shot is straight at Robert Sanchez though. One ball for us. Now if this one goes in, this would be ludicrous, but you never know. For the hat-trick of free kicks, we'll try it. You never know. Rashford. Not bad. A little bit less power. And if I moved that more to the right, I think that might have gone in. Good dribbling here from him. Palmer intercepts. Jackson, Calafiori stops him. Nkunku, sorry. Rashford for the hat-trick. Rashford gets the hat-trick. 3 incredible goals for him in this game. Gets him a hat-trick in the UCL semi-finals at Stamford Bridge. And they were all incredible goals. The 2 free kicks and this finesse shot is incredible. And Rashford has just made him sort of kind of a legend on the channel with this one. With those 2 goals and this hat-trick. Well, I should say those 2 free kicks and this hat-trick. Here comes Chelsea in the attack here later on. Should I get them sort of more goals in this game to just kind of make it more of a question going into the second leg? But 4-1 up here. This game should be done. Rashford with a hat-trick to his name in a UCL semi-final. Here's Jonathan David. He just forgot about the ball there, apparently. Like, literally. That's what it looked like. I literally tried to just do some odd-one dribbling there with him to get him through the gap. But he just forgot the ball existed. Jackson from range goes safely left from Donnarumma. Okay, Nkunku just intercepts it, apparently. And that should be a free kick. That seems targeted by Fofana there to his fellow countryman, his former Chelsea teammate. He just snapped him from behind, and apparently it ain't going to be a free kick, and he could be injured for us towards the end of the season. It'll be awful for us as Rashford now. Oh, Modagusto left him behind. Jonathan David to make it 5, and Sanchez denies him again, no. And that is the end of the game. A 4-1 victory. Rashford with 2 incredible free kicks and an insane finesse shot. Grants him a match ball, a hat-trick to his name. In the UCL semi-final, you know. And in the second leg, Rashford scored 2 more goals in this one, with Calafiori getting a goal for himself to pick up a 7-2 victory overall and see ourselves dominantly enter the UCL final. And our second team get a 2-1 victory over Lazio here with Douglas Luiz and also Jonathan David getting goals. See us get the 3 points in this one. And our next game is once again up against Lazio in the Coppa Italia final here. We're going to switch the kit they're playing in because obviously that is a bit of a kit clash in a way. Is it a bit of a kit clash? You know, just to be sure we'll play in that alternate kit and they can play in their away kit just to make it a bit more a bit of a less of a kick clash just in case it is. But as you can see, Fulham's going to rotate the team slightly with Gonzalez, David, and Yildiz coming in. I might even start Nkunku back cam to give him a chance in the teams. We're not really using Nkunku since we've signed him. We've brought him off the bench a few times, but not using him in the first team as a person in the team. So dropping Rashford in this game, it's going to be big for us because Rashford, as we know, in this episode has played incredible. So dropping into the bench is going to be interesting. But Yildiz has been great for us. We're going to bring up Pereira at some point if we need to. I might start him. I feel like starting him in the, we're going to start like this Messi and use Gonzalez if necessary, if we need him. Let's get into this game now, up against Lazio, and hopefully see ourselves lift our second domestic trophy of the season, as we did win the Supercup earlier this season. And where we go up against, obviously, a decent Lazio team with Pedro in their team still to this day is still playing football, which is kind of impressive to say the least, considering I remember being a young player at Barca back in the day, like FIFA 12. It's Gustav Isaacson, good defending there from Thuram early on. I don't want to change too much about our team, just the front line, because the core of our team is the best it can be right now. Here's Jonathan David to make it 1-0 early on. Jonathan David hits it, and Jonathan David is denied by their goalkeeper. Maybe work something out with the players we do have on the pitch in terms of free kicks. Can be asked as well to Ram. I can't play it through there, but maybe Nkunku can. And lifts it up there too. Getting Yildiz. And give it to Jonathan David. Jonathan David, I can run through and hopefully make it 1-0 this time. And it's denied again by the keeper. Once again, reluctantly, doesn't play it through, but here's Dia. Runs through and he makes it 1-0 last year. Their first opportunity they'd score, which is not great considering we've had two golden opportunities to make it 1-0, but Jonathan Davis has been denied by the keeper, and Dia breaks through and makes it 1-0 to them. I feel like that's going to be the hardest team for us to face all this episode. When we get to the Champions League final, whoever we face won't be as hard as this game. Here's Jonathan David running through this time. We're going to do a low driven across goal, and there we go, it's 1-1, sorry. 30 minutes in, we go back level. A few minutes after going down 1-0, we'll make it 1-1. You'd love to see it. And Jonathan David, third time the charm for him, finds the back of the net, this time not denied by the goalkeeper. And we're back leveling this game. There's a good assist there, I believe, and Nkunku got the assist to that one, or it might have been, was it Nkunku or Thuram? I'm not too sure. I think it might have been Nkunku who got the assist. As Deli Bashuru, the former Man City talent, is coming forward here. Back here to Isak to shoot some range, and it's thankfully gone wide to the post. Here's Pedro. A man who, I think he said like he wants to play one more game for Barca, get one more goal, then retire basically, or just leave the team for free. I think he scored 99 goals for them, so he wants to get to 100. Pereira, no doubt from him. Reversal back here to Nkunku. And send it back in towards Yildiz, and that shot was going to be so wide at the post if it wasn't intercepted. Nkunku. Looking for David early on in the second half. Can they make it 2-1? It's blocked though. Yildiz. Nkunku defending the fourth with a little feint there. But maybe this time I can get into a good position. Finesse shot here from Nkunku. He's got a finesse shot trait, and that is why. And then Nkunku makes it 2-1 here. I believe a golden assist he's got for himself in this game, showing why I started him and why we signed him from Chelsea as the backup player to Sancho. So Koopman, this isn't really a cam in this game, he's more of a centre mid, it's not really a CDM either. But he can play those roles, and Nkunku's just more of an out-and-out cam with an end product, and he's always just great in FIFA to begin with. That's why I brought him in as a backup player. It's proven to be worth it with that goal there. This is in this game. And there they go again. As Diaz somehow gets that through. It's good defending there from Calafiori. He still has the ball, but thankfully this time Calafiori gets off him. Yildiz, love that from you. Okay, and Yildiz. Inside here to Jonathan David to make it 3-1, blocked by the defender. I feel like Calafiori is the only player that can get the ball off him. Love that from Yildiz. Great turn there from him. If he needs a little bit quicker, he could have got away a bit faster here. We can get the ball into Jonathan David. He can lay it off here to Pereira. He can maybe make it 3-1. And the next Lionel Messi has done so. Obviously, last episode we found him and donned him the next Lionel Messi. And he has shown why in the series in the past two episodes. Incredible dribbling, he's scored goals. He scores it in the Coppa Italia final to make it 3-1. A great finisher from him as well. And I think now I'm going to make a few changes. Maybe take him off and bring on Gonzalez to give him a bit of a run out and see what he can do. And he's got his goal. He's played decent as well. It's not a bad game. There's not really much to do, but when he has been involved, it's been great. Let's also bring on a Barty at cam and give him the opportunity to kind of like show what he can do for us. Oh no, Dia. Here he goes again. Dia running through, and Donnarumma blocks it just about there. I'm not sure why he didn't shoot a lot sooner. Okay. A thief running through. Calafiori blocks him. So Barty now, good turn there from him. Guendouzi all over him. Well, Barty is still going at Barty. Oh, I love this from him. He's going all the way here. Messi-esque. He's Italian, but he could be also the Italian Messi. He's gone all the way through here. Lays it off to Jonathan David, who had the easiest job to score there, and he sorry didn't do so. But it doesn't matter. We'll win the trophy nonetheless. The domestic double has been secured. The league title's pretty much wrapped up as well. But let's cut to the trophy lift. And how did David miss that there? That would have been a great assist. He should have scored. I'm not sure how he did miss that, but let's cut to the trophy lift there. And here we are for the second time this season, lifting a trophy. So we did win the Supercup earlier in the season, beating, I believe it was Atalanta in that final 5-1 or something like that. But here against Lazio, beating them 3-1 here. It should have been 4-1 at the end there. But Jonathan David missed, but Bremer steps up as the captain to lift the trophy. And this is second Italian trophy this season. Obviously, the Scudetto is pretty much all but secured. And the Champions League is also hopefully going to be ours at the end of the season and the end of this episode. But let's get into our next game and hopefully see ourselves lift the Serie A title in that one there. And for our final home game of the season, there's nothing on the line other than lifting the trophy at the end of the game. Let's get into this one and hopefully get an easy game against Udinese. I'm just going to show the goals that are going. I'm not going to show any highlights unless something insane happens that I need to show. Let's get into this one up against Udinese and see ourselves lift the Serie A title end of the game here. And where we go against Udinese, like I said, I will just show the main highlights for this game in like the goals and stuff like that. I won't really show any highlights that aren't really goals. I've only this first highlight if we don't score from here. It's a ball in. Rashford, that touch, that wasn't the best, but in case in point, that would be something that we don't show. But since it's the start of the game, I might as well keep this as one uncut because it's kind of one highlight. Sancho comes to Sal. It's an incredible comes to Sal now. Back here to Colomori. Colomori shoots, and Colomori's another bad goalkeeper. Comes to Sal, been played through here. Can he make it 1-0? Comes to Sal. Shoots and he does score. We've had a few opportunities, which I don't know if you would have seen or not, but we're finding Brett the Deadlock here and make it 1-0. With Conte Sal finding it back in there. We've been all over Udinese in this game so far. They've had an opportunity to get forward, which has stopped them. But we make it 1-0 here. With Francisco Conte Sal making it 1-0 with a sliding finish there. Didn't expect that when he took the shot, but it worked out for us. And he makes it 1-0 for us in this game. Back into Sancho, across to make it 2. Colomori, there we go. And I think if I decide to do what I said I was going to do, which is only show you the goals for this game, you would have just seen the first moment of the game and these 2 goals here. Basically, Udinese, they've had a few opportunities. They had 2 shots at the kick-off, which was just kick-off glitch stuff. So they haven't really done much else other than that. But we've been dominating them otherwise in this game. And make it 2-0 here with Colomori getting a second goal of the game to put us, in the driver's seat now. And it's 2 goals clear. Not really been that good going forward or defensively. We get a 2-0 victory and it's cut to the trophy lift and see ourselves lift the Scudetto and then get into the Champions League final after this. And that's the domestic treble right up. Obviously, the Supercup doesn't really count towards it, but it is still a treble nonetheless. Obviously, we now have the Champions League to try and win. To add to this Supercup, the Coppa Italia, and now the Scudetto has been secured. And Bremer gets to lift his 3rd trophy of the season. And could we also see him in a few moments' time be lifting the Champions League? That's what we're about to find out. Let's get into the Champions League final and show you who we're taking on to try and hopefully take Juventus back to the top of European football and end the series on the biggest side possible. But after the Champions League final, we'll also look to see if we win the Ballon d'Or, depending on the stats of our players at the end of the season. But let's get into the UCL final up next. And in the final game of the season, we'll take on Cremonese. We'll pick up a 3-0 victory with Prati, Jonathan David and Gonzalez getting goals. The Seers, I believe, end the season on 101 points and become Centurions in doing so. And we'll hit early Champions League final up against Real Madrid. I didn't expect us to get to this position this quickly in the series. I thought we had to do it in season 2, but we managed to get here in season 1. But it's still yet to be won, so we need to win this trophy and beat Real Madrid to do so. As today defeated Marseille in 5-0 in the home leg. Jesus, they absolutely dominated them just like we did Chelsea to get to the final. It's going to be about the two teams that score a lot of goals. Let's get into this one and hopefully defeat the Kings of the Champions League to once again, well, not only get revenge for the losses Real Madrid have handed Juventus over the years in the Champions League, but also put the crown back on top of the head of the old lady in Turin. And what it all comes down to this, the Champions League final, Real Madrid versus Juventus for the most prestigious club trophy in the world of club footballers, the Champions League. And which team will walk out? Who will be the heroes or who will be the villains? And who will see themselves crowned in European glory at the end of the game? Would it be the Kings of the Champions League or would it be the old lady of Turin? And we're looking at the two squads here. This is Real Madrid's lineup. As you can see, the side of Ousmane Diomande is on his way to Crystal Palace IRL in their back line, and some incredible players in the team. Courtois, a great back line. Frank Garcia playing left back. Bellingham, Valverde, Tchouaméni at Cam, Justin, Vinny, and Mbappe, Rodrigo as the front three. It's going to be a tough Real Madrid team to beat, but I think we can do so. So let me know below what you thought about the intro that I just did. If I did end up committing to it, of the Champions League final, obviously been like a kind of cinematic style intro for the game. I kind of feel like I might do that and commit to it. So let me know what you thought about it. So I might do them more. So let's get into this game. We know our team. Let's hopefully defeat Real Madrid here. Sancho. Back into Rashford. Rashford can't get the shot away. Rudiger stops him, in my opinion, because he's a very good player. Obviously, their main focus is Vinicius and Mbappe. Speaking of Mbappe, he tries to beat Donnarumma, but he stops him. So they're no strangers to one another, former PSG teammates. So it's Colomuani. But Trent stops Rashford. Mbappe trying to get through. Bremer says not today. Well, not there anyway. He will get through at some point, you imagine, but not in that situation. Oh, that pass was meant for Rashford, man. Oh, no. Oh, no, here he goes. Mbappe, Donnarumma, good save. Now Rashford makes a run, played through by Cambiasso. Rashford, one-on-one with Thibaut Courtois. And he misses. That's not like Rashford in the series. Putting out a bit of flair. There's Bellingham, played inside Bremer, the steps, and Donnarumma can just about get that clear. Colomuani. Sancho, oh look, this from here is our first proper opportunity to get through. Past Rudy. And Colomuani just didn't pull the trigger. Well, speaking of Madrid, coming on the attack, here they come. As they still somehow have the ball, not like in this here. Mbappe shoots, and Donnarumma once again denies him. They play Conceição. First time Mendes getting forward with the ball anyway. Is marshalled low. And there's no really way through this Madrid setup for him. So we're going to give it back to Ram here. Sancho. Oh, just too much on that, a little bit less, and that falls directly in the path of Colomuani there. Kylian Mbappe, on Mbappe, runs all the way through, and Mbappe misses. Colomuani in the box to aim for, but Courtois going to come out and parry it clear. Just run there, we can't find it with a pass, but we can get past the defence with Colomuani. And get inside here, find Sancho, lays it off, the Conceição first time, Courtois denies him. Ball in, won by Bremer. Colomuani. As a side blocked by Frank Garcia, though, should have gone over the top, I feel like. Oh no. Mbappe v Donnarumma. And Donnarumma's won the battle once again. How much longer can he do this for us for? Blocked by Bremer, it's going to be a handball though, and Vinicius, it doesn't matter, he score. I've had Vinicius, you've done nothing in this game, but you scored there. Okay, Rashford, are you just going to stand there or are you going to attack? You're just going to stand there, okay. It's Ram. Colomuani, we've got to score. There we go. We've had to concede to score in this game. Classic FC25. But you know, it'd be what it be. At least we're level again. Pay. Bremer stops him. Referee, have it out, man. That ain't a free kick. Give me a player to put on the line because I think they're going to score this free kick. They brought on Fernandes. That's most likely Bruno Fernandes. Going to lay it off. Trent to Valverde. That's going to be deflected through to Donnarumma. The start of the extra time period. Rashford skips the challenge of Trent. Going all the way through Rashford to keep catch them sleeping early on, and Rashford's done so. Love it, man, love it. We couldn't do this for 90 minutes, but 2 minutes into extra time, we get forward and score instantly. But at least we scored to take the lead. We've got another, half an hour ahead of us in this game to defend. And Rashford grabs the goal and makes it 2-1 for Fede Valverde. Ball in, headed away, and one back there by Sancho. We've got a defender down, injured, that's a great. It's through to Colomwani, who's offside. He's still going here, Rashford. Kefren Turam, power shot from the Frenchman, blocked by the defender, but we can't get to it. That's so weird. Clud's first moment as centre back, he makes a challenge to see it. And Rashford making the run. So we're going here as Rashford, ball over the top to Conceição. Not enough on it though. Locatelli. Conceição now twisting and turning. And it dances his way through. He's managed to create a bit of space there. Ball across. That's not the pass I wanted, but Sancho keeps possession. I don't know from Sancho. How did he even read that? But the game is going to be over here in a second if they keep possession and they don't score. We've won the Champions League. Thank you for not playing that through ball. Thank you for not playing that through ball for this. You're stupid for not doing so. We win the Champions League. It wasn't easy. But late goals in this game, 2 goals after the 80th minute to make it 1-1, and then a goal straight away at the first moment of extra time to make it 2-1. Sees Juventus be crowned champions of the Champions League, and the 4th start to their logo if it was actually in real life. But like I said, this wasn't an easy final. Donnarumma, man of the match. I wish I could give him the captain's on by now because he deserves to lift this trophy after the amount of saves he made. Calafiori obviously picked up an injury, so hopefully he's completely fine. Obviously he didn't miss much. He's going to be still being in the celebrations, but the black and white ribbons on the Champions League for Juventus, and Bremer gets to step up and lift his 4th trophy of the season. The Supercup, the Coppa Italia, the Scudetto, and also the Champions League are all we're going to be kept in Turin. Able to see it. And let's cut to let's have a look at the stats of the players, and then see if any of our players can win the Ballon d'Or in November. But one more trophy lift. Why not? And we're looking into the stats. It seems like possibly we could be seeing Marcus Rashford lift the Ballon d'Or at the end of the season. Well, when we do sim towards the Ballon d'Or ceremony, with 28 goals and 14 assists. Colomwani 27 and 8. Jonathan David 22 and 5. Conceição 15 and 6. He had a great season. And Sancho 22 assists and 9 goals. But Turam with 14 and 6. It's incredible from him. Gonzalez did it decent. And also Yildiz did pretty good as well as a backup player in the team. And this team's been incredible. Let's cut to November and hopefully see Rashford lift the Ballon d'Or. And if not, as usual, I'll do a quick outro here in case I have to use it if we don't win the Ballon d'Or, basically. In November, with the Ballon d'Or ceremony, David Beckham and players forgot the name of is giving out the award. And I believe Rashford is actually winning the Ballon d'Or here. It's going to be Jonathan David. How much Jonathan David won the Ballon d'Or? 22 goals and 5 assists. Didn't score in the UCL final. Rashford had 24 goals and 18 assists or something like that. Like, insane. I mean, fair enough, one of our players has won the Ballon d'Or, but how is it not Rashford? Jonathan David's higher rated, yes, but surely that isn't. Surely the stats matter the most. That is okay. That's thrown me off. But thank you for watching the episode. Drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the Sunderland Chrome mode.